What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news stories in one single video. And this week had a lot of information that came out. We had information on the pricing, availability, release date, all of that stuff for the Galaxy Z Fold 2, have it be in the US or Europe. We had information on the new charging pad trio that's coming out for Samsung. Samsung formally announced that they're doing their official announcement of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 as well this September 1st, which is basically tomorrow by the time you watch this video, and so much more. So enjoy this week's video. Let me know what you think of the best story of the week is in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. There's an actual review up of this phone right now. Now it is in Chinese, but it's still really cool to watch because there's a ton of video footage of it showing off the Galaxy Z Fold 2. A couple of the things that it does show off is it shows the possibility to take a selfie with the rear cameras by using the cover display as the viewfinder, a feature that has been long awaited for, as well as it shows off that the software has been improved with multi-active window, and it shows that the UI response with the handset is very good, especially in flex mode. I'll link the video down below if you want to watch it again. It is in Chinese, but it's still an awesome video to watch, especially if you're really hammering for information and video footage of the Galaxy Z Fold 2. Last story of the day, it's kind of all over the place, but it's tweets from people that I have used in the past that have very good track records. It's about the next year's Galaxy phones, Galaxy S21, Galaxy Fold 3, Galaxy Note 21 as well, and the future of those devices. So let's jump into these tweets. Ice Universe put out a tweet saying, even if the Galaxy S21 Ultra uses an S Pen, it does not mean that the Note 21 will disappear. The output and the price of the Z Fold 3 are not enough to replace the Note as Samsung's main flagship in the second half of the year, and the Note is still a guarantee of shipment. Now, the Galaxy S series for the last couple of years has had the rumor that there potentially might be an S Pen with it. So this further adds fuel to that fire that the potential of the S21 having an S Pen support even if it doesn't have the slot for it, but at least, you know, an S Pen support is kind of going on again at this point. You got another tweet from Ishan Agarwal saying the Samsung Galaxy S21 series code name is Unbound. 3 devices in development, M1, N2, and O3. The device O3 will have an S Pen. Rumors about Samsung dropping the Note series really coming true. And then I'm going to go into one more tweet before we discuss that last one, and that's from Chun saying we will see more accurate and detailed leaks, designs about the S21 series and the 2021 foldable Galaxy phones starting in mid-September. All I can say about the S Pen for the S21 Ultra leak is pretty sketchy and clueless to become true. So it goes back to what I said just a little bit ago, that the S series has, the last few years, had the rumor of having an S Pen. He's saying it might not happen. We have others that say it might. The big thing from this is that the Fold series potentially could have that S Pen, the third version of the Galaxy Z Fold phone. I know a lot of you held back on the Z Fold 2 because it doesn't have an S Pen. Now imagine if the third version does. I know a lot of you probably will buy it at that point, or at least put it in your mind to potentially buy it. Would that remove the Note series? And again, it probably won't, just based off sales, kind of, you know, Ice Universe made some good points in there. But still, it's something to think about that as things progress, the Note series might go away and become another phone such as the Z Fold or the S series, or a mixture of both. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Google Pixel 5. Now, the Google Pixel 5 should be out in October. We've talked about this phone yesterday, talking about specs, talking about the design. And the specs, let's talk about that more in-depthly. Is that a word? In-depthly? In-depth. And this is an article from Ars Technica. Ars Technica, you can see the headline, Pixel 5 is slower than the Pixel 4 and has the same camera as the Pixel 2. Check this out. Now, these are some benchmarks with a Pixel 4, which has a Snapdragon 855 versus a OnePlus Nord, which has a Snapdragon 765G, which will have, that's the same processor that's in the Pixel 5. And in every single score, this is a multi-score test right here, in every score, the 855 on the Pixel 4 defeats the Snapdragon 765G. Every single score. And then even when you go over to the single core score, again, same results in terms of the winner. Snapdragon 855 beats it in every single score. And obviously benchmarks don't tell the full story in terms of how a phone is going to perform day to day. The Pixel 5 phone should be smooth, but why not just end up buying, honestly, a used Pixel 4 at this point, because you'll pay less for sure. These prices come from Swappa, and these are prices that have sold recently. Pixel 4, you can see for $444, as high as $455 or as low as $405. And then on Pixel 4 XL, as high as $630 or as low as $439. Obviously that's a fair one, but a good one you can get for $495, which again should be cheaper than a Pixel 5. It's definitely something to think about if you're going over to the Pixel. Should you buy a used Pixel 4 or 4 XL, or get a phone with a lesser camera, lesser specs overall with the Pixel 5? It is something to think about. You can now count it as official. This is coming out in South Korea and should hit at least America and the rest of the world very soon, I would suppose, and that is the Mystic Red Galaxy Buds Live. You're gonna end up paying for the same price once these do come out, $169.99. I've had the bronze, Mystic Bronze, and the black as well. Red looks nice. I mean, I wouldn't turn it down for sure. So that leads us now to 4 separate colors. You've got white, black, bronze, and now red will be coming out very, very soon as well. So at that point, let's get into the tech news. First story of the day, if you've been following any tech channels, the Microsoft Surface Duo, which is a polarizing device. I actually put a video out about it today and some fixes that you could do with it if you're, unhappy with some of its shortcomings. But regardless of that, some tech people are actually getting the device in hand to unbox. So that's a piece of news right there. And they've sent it, I guess, to 50 people in the world, and 50 people get to unbox it and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to watch somebody's unboxing, you can just do a YouTube search real quick. But what I wanted to say is, if you personally want to touch this phone in hand, coming August 28th, Best Buy stores are looking, not all Best Buy stores, but I guess a bunch of them are looking to get the Samsung Surface Duo so that you can actually play with it in hand yourself. I'm gonna try to set around some time on this coming Friday to head over to my local Best Buy to see if I can get a hands-on with it and possibly make a video out of it. I'm hoping they end up getting it, but yeah, if you wanted to try it out, it'll also be at AT&T stores and Best Buy stores. So, call up beforehand to see if they have it, so you don't have to drive all the way out to your Best Buy or AT&T store. But yeah, it should be a cool little device, and I'm super stoked about this thing. What do you got? What about you guys? Next up, Android Authority released a 10-second video of a new phone coming out from LG. It's very kind of strange and weird. It's called the LG Wing, and what it is, as you can see right here, I'm not going to play the video, but there's a screenshot of it, and you can see it is a dual screen phone. But the little headline here says, Android Authority has obtained an exclusive video showing the LG Wing in action. The upcoming phone from LG features a secondary display that flips out with a twisting motion. The video gives us an idea of possible use cases for a phone with this design, and they're pretty compelling. And in the video, and you can tell right by the screenshot right there, is that the guy's using maps, but then he's also getting a phone call, playing music or a video or something. So it allows you to, just like any dual screen phone, the ability to do multiple things at once, so that you don't have to lose your directions, and you don't have to, whatever you're doing. You can be watching a video, maybe you want to look at Snapchat or something else. You can do that on that smaller second display. It looks kind of strange. I mean, I'd be more than willing to try this out for you, LG. So if you want to send it over more, you're more than welcome to. But it's just kind of, it's an interesting look for sure. I'm curious how thin that display is, how bulky it makes it in the back when it's flipped into the back. What do you guys think? You think this is a good look or what? And the last story of the day just adds more confirmation to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 about you being able to choose the Hinge color when you pre-order the device, because it looks like it is coming to the Netherlands as well per Galaxy Club. And just remember, when you're able to choose the hinge color, so it looks like you'll only be able to choose the phone in the copper brown color and the black. And then also for the hinge though, it looks like you'll be able to choose hinge colors of platinum silver, rich gold, ruby red, and sapphire blue. And I've done a video on this in the past weeks ago, maybe almost a month ago at this point, showing this information, but it looks like it's gonna come to fruition that when the pre-orders go live, which is supposed to be September 2nd, and then release date supposed to be September 18th, that all of this will happen. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day, actually both of these stories are about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. Now this phone, as you know, is going to have an event. Samsung announced it on September 1st. Well, they officially came out with an announcement today that they're going to have this event. They're calling it Part 2. And as you can see from the headline, Invitation Galaxy Z Fold 2 Unpacked Part 2. Join us September 1st for the Galaxy Z Fold 2 Unpacked Part 2 to explore in depth the groundbreaking features of the Galaxy Z Fold 2. The event will be available at Samsung.com at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you live on the West Coast like me, another early morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time. And then again, just figure out where you are from there. You can visit Samsung Mobile Press for regular updates ahead of the event, as well as the latest device information and multimedia sources. And you can see the photo right here. We'll go into a high-res look at this. And as what we can gather from it, obviously you can see the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold, and it's kind of almost like the flex mode, but basically it's the half open phone, and you see it looks like the speaker, I guess, at the bottom there. The buttons on the side, not too much to gather from it. And Galaxy Z Fold 2 Unpacked 2, it gives you the date and that you'll be able to watch it live on Samsung.com. You'll also be able to watch it on YouTube as well. Now, before we get into the last story, which is the price of the Z Fold 2, let's first talk about what I expect the day of the event. So if you have reserved this Z Fold phone, most likely you'll be able to pre-order later on in the day on September 1st. September 2nd is most likely when all the pre-orders for everyone will be able to be purchased. That's kind of like what they did with the Note phone. If you had reserved the phone, they let you pre-order the phone. At least the invites started going out later that day, the same day, and then the next day everybody could do the pre-order. So I fully expect the Z Fold 2 to do the exact same thing. Now let's talk about the price. This information comes from Win Future, and Roland Kwan, he's got a great track record, and he's saying that Galaxy Fold originally came out in Europe for the price of 2,100 euros. And he's saying that the Z Fold 2 is gonna come out for the price of 1999 euros, so 100 euros less. Is that an indication that it's going to be cheaper here in America as well? Potentially. I mean, part of me wouldn't be surprised if it comes out at say 1899 or 1880 here in the United States, but I still feel like the price is gonna match at least Euro price. I think it'll be $19.99 here in the United States. Again, I could be wrong. We'll find out very, very soon because this event is basically next week, very, very early. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day. OnePlus has a new phone coming out later this year called Oneplus Clover. And it's only gonna be $200. Freaking crazy, right? This is an exclusive story from Android Central, and as you can see from the headline, entry-level Oneplus Clover launching globally with 6,000 milliamp battery for $200. And when you look into some of the notes here, it says OnePlus is working on an entry-level phone codenamed Clover with a 6.52-inch HD Plus display. The phone is powered by the Snapdragon 460, 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage. So don't expect this to be an absolute speed demon. It has 3 cameras on the back with a 13 megapixel primary camera joined by 2 megapixel lenses. The phone will release in global markets, including the US, later this year and will be in the vicinity of $200 when we take a closer look. Here's the full specs. For the phone, you get a rear fingerprint sensor, 4G, no 5G in here, Wi-Fi, AC, Bluetooth 5.0. You do get a headphone jack, 18-watt fast charging, 0 water resistance. So if you drop it in the water, there's a chance it could completely die on you. And again, it's only going to have about a 720p plus display on there, but at least it will be IPS and it'll have Android 10 out of the box. This is probably going to be an amazing phone for kids or people that just want a smartphone, but they don't want the big price. Even, $350, $400 still is a lot of money. a $200 purchase is almost like an instant buy. Like, yeah, I want a smartphone, but I really don't want to pay a lot. This would be the perfect alternative, or a first phone for a kid, or who knows, or even an adult. I mean, that's a fairly large display. Next up, if you have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, there is a new update that's been pushed out that improves system stability. I haven't checked them if they've fixed the issue where it kind of drops its signal if you have the phone in your pocket and you're walking around and all that stuff. But it's a small update as usual, 2.18 megs, and you can download it right now. And I also got the update for my Galaxy Bud Pluses, so it should be for the line of all the Galaxy Buds. But again, it is available right now. And our last story of the day is all about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. It actually went up for pre-order yesterday on UK's Samsung site, Samsung's UK site. And Max Weinbeck put out a tweet saying that the Z Fold will cost £17.99 in the UK. Samsung's pre-order page is already live. It isn't anymore, I checked, and people talk about it too as well, that it's not, but it was yesterday. Confirmed September 17th shipping date and September 18th release date. And if you figure out £1,799 into American dollars, you're looking at a price of $2,399 American dollars, which if it ends up being that, I probably will not buy it. And then just to double check what the price potentially could be here in the United States, I compared what they sell the Galaxy Note 20, Note 20 Ultra over in the UK versus what they sell it for over here in the United States. And they sell the Note 20 Ultra for £1,279, which over here in America is $1,700 in American dollars. And obviously it's not that expensive here in America. The 512 version is $1,499. So I don't think the Galaxy Z Fold 2 will be $2,400 here in America. It probably will still be in that $1,999 to $2,000 range. Maybe it'd be $1,799, I don't know. But regardless, we're getting very, very close. September 1st is the deadline for them to actually announce this phone and tell us everything about it, including pre-order dates and pricing and all that stuff. But the rumored dates for the pre-order is September 2nd, but it'll probably be September 1st for people that are pre-registered. And then in the release date, you're looking at, again, about September 18th. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the LG Wing. Remember, this is that crazy LG phone. It's gonna be a dual display phone, but it basically spits out a little wing, and it goes in different orientations. And basically this phone is going to, we know the specs on this. We know, well, some of the specs. We know what it's going to look like, obviously, and the release date, or at least a somewhat release date. So let's talk about it. So first of all, the price of this is being reported to be $1,000 when it's released in the fall this year. So you're looking in 2020 fall, which is a couple months away at this point, $1,000 for this device. As far as specs, some of that information has been leaked from ET News over in South Korea, and they're saying that it's going to have a 6.8-inch main display, and then that wing display, that display that kind of, you know, shoots out, is going to be a 4-inch subscreen, horizontal to increase content immersion focus. And then some of the internal specs you're looking at, it's going to basically have a very similar setup to what the LG Velvet is, which is a 5th generation 5G Qualcomm processor, which ends up being the 765G. The cameras, it's going to have a triple camera setup. The rear camera is equipped with a 64 megapixel mega sensor. I got to admit, it is a little bit weird looking. Maybe it'll be like super functional and useful. I do like the idea of these dual screen displays coming out being less than $1,000. I think that's awesome. LG's, I think, going in the right direction. At least in America, they're not a huge player anymore for people that buy phone. I can't honestly think of anybody, any of my friends or family that have LG phones. So I guess this is a smart thing to be under that very premium price. What do you guys think of this device? Do you think it has any legs to it? Let me know. Last story of the day, all about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. It's been one of our top stories for the last couple of days here. I mean, we've talked about price, especially in Europe and stuff like that. And it looks like we have the final pricing, it seems, so far for America as well. This tweet comes from Chun, who's saying 100% the Z Fold 2 price is $19.99 in the US, which more or less matches the Z Fold 1 at one point. That was $19.80, but this is $19.99. It only comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. Even the Tom Brown is also, which is the premium version of this phone, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and of course, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage is the only variant of the Z Fold 2 that will be widely available. He's saying there was a 12 gigabyte of RAM, 128 gigabyte storage, but that was only for network testing. And as of right now, there's no 512 gigabyte storage version on the horizon. Now, just to dive a little bit deeper into this, the full specs were released out or gotten and received by other people in the industry. So if you want to pause the video and look these over, you can. But basically, this is going to be the full official specs for this Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G phone. It looks like it's only going to come with a Snapdragon 865 processor. You won't have an Exynos version of this phone. 12 gigabytes of RAM, like we mentioned earlier, 256 gigabytes of storage. The camera isn't going to be, what we get on the Note 20 Ultra phone, so it's not going to be the best camera they have to offer. And that's probably its weakest point is the cameras, but the cameras should still be really good, just not as good as what they have out currently with their main flagship phones. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is Samsung's coming out with a brand new product that's going to be able to charge three devices at once. It's going to be called the Samsung Wireless Charger Pad Trio. And as you can see right here, you're going to be able to charge your phone, your smartwatch, and your wireless buds like your Samsung Galaxy Bud Lives or Galaxy Bud or Bud Pluses. And it will come with a charging brick, a USB-C charging brick at that. So you get everything in the box. Sometimes when you buy these chargers, you won't get a brick to charge, to plug into the wall. This one you actually do. Now, if this is any indication in terms of pricing, pricing could be, I would think, more than the Charging Pad Duo, which goes for $100. I would assume this one's probably going to be at least $129. I actually think it's going to be $149 if I had to guess on this. So you're probably looking at $149 for the Charging Pad Trio. And then also a release date, you're probably looking at Unpacked, I would guess. Unpacked is coming up, the second version of this, where they're going to announce the Galaxy Z Fold 2. So you're probably looking at from between now and almost towards the end of September, the actual release date for this device if you want to pick it up. And speaking of the Galaxy Z Fold 2, Max Weinbach tweeted out a bunch of the different hinge colors that you'll be able to get with the Galaxy Z Fold 2, and you can see silver, yellow, and bronze here. And the yellow looks really nice. I'm partial maybe to the silver or to the gold. I don't know about the bronze. I was thinking I was going to get bronze, but the bronze looks a little too much copper for me, at least from this photo anyway. Which one would you guys choose? Let me know in the comments down below. That is your question of the day. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you down the road.